Oh, thank you. So let's get right into it. So you talked about all the things that you've done in life and things that have gone on. So can you give a little bit of your background of your life and share a little bit of your history so people know where you've been and where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish now?
Yeah, so let's just give a brief overview. Keep it simple on this one. So I had a breakdown back in 2016 that brought me into services as an inpatient very poorly. Absolutely shattered my world. Took a couple of years to rehabilitate in the community and integrate to a functioning state, which I am today. And I still struggle and still manage daily on a day-to-day basis. But that then in turn inspired me to want to work within mental health services to also help others.
So you had a I call it a break in life and it's I know it's more than a reset, but that's how we talked about it. And you were pretty much that was your lowest point in life. When you say services, I don't know here over in the United States, that could be many things. How would you describe services? Can you talk a little bit about the bed and breakfast that you talked about? That I
Yeah.
know
So
I'm laughing because it's a different terminology here, but it gives the listeners an idea of where you're at and what you were dealing with at the time.
yeah. So I had a severe mental health breakdown. I was predominantly diagnosed at that time, which I'd not suffered with before, transient psychotic disorder, psychosis, OCD, and I have multiple diagnoses, which have been added since as well. However, um, on that journey, I ended up an inpatient on a psychiatric ward. Didn't know if I was ever going to come out, let alone recover. And then on my journey, I've been homeless, blessed not to have to go onto the streets, but put into that bed and breakfast, not knowing what my future held while holding down an apprenticeship, which I was lucky to gain because I didn't have no qualifications to work within the NHS. On my journey, wanting to give back to the inpatient services that I'd received. So, yeah, so I become homeless, living out of a B&B with my son, still on that recovery journey while trying to gain qualifications to gain and maintain long-term employment. It just seemed to go like this. Or I'm not sure how much you want me to share, so I'll just follow your lead, right? And
No, it's yours. I know it's your story and I'm not trying to step on it, but I'll ask you some questions in between. It's a lifetime journey, I know, for mental health and where you've been and all the things that you're doing. We had a great conversation. I guess the first question I'm going to ask is you got to the B&B. How did that affect you initially once that shock set in and you're like, okay, I need to do something to where you're at today and how do you reflect on that?
first and foremost, I had to hold that job down because that was critical. Because when I came into services, I was low in self-esteem. I had no self-worth. My confidence was shattered. My social skills, I couldn't sit and converse like we are now, for
Mhm.
sure. Going through that apprenticeship training, it was like stage by stage, because I didn't just go straight in on an apprenticeship either. I started as a volunteer to build up my social skills and manage my mental health as well. But the apprenticeship gave me a purpose as well because I was aiming to get these qualifications